and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started last night, bro. And I'm already hooked like a pipe stove. Flipping the coin, making it grow, taking it slow, letting it go. Cash flow's growing, it's incredible to watch it flow. Stacking the cash, taking it home, making it fast. I'm on a roll. Little bit mo's all I ask for the bubble though. Currently learning about a new type of currency. Burning the dollar down like an emergency. Urgently, listen, my friends have been urging me. Coins have been surging, we're earning like surgency. We on a mission, man. Crypto maniac. Act like you don't really know about it. Stop that. Bitcoin blowing up like a bomb. Step back. Used to be a couple $100. Should've copped that. Blew up on the scene from the mind of a brainiac. Back in 2009, where the miners at? Silk Road, baby, it's gotta be anonymous. Satoshi blew up, now we on the map.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are back at it again with another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. This is coming in a day late. I'm not recording this on Sunday. I'm recording it on Monday. I was super duper sick Sunday evening. It was crazy. Like, I did not feel well at all. In any metric of the term, had a really bad night of sleep. Got through the day. But we are on the come up, the second wind, if you would. Now, first and foremost, we got to shout out the sponsor of the show and platform, Delta Investment Tracker app. If you are not using Delta Investment Tracker app, you are missing out. Obviously, all of my social media posts in regards to the portfolio and the updates therein, now that it is the most accurate source of information about my portfolio. We'll be doing some insights, some little verbal stuff, and maybe some videos once I figure out how to do that. We're still building the ship as we're flying, but Delta's been supporting us on the way. And as we expand out, we will be heavily utilizing the tools they provide. Now, secondly, for those of you looking to take your investment to the next level or want to pick my brain personally offline in a one-on-one, semi-one-on-one, I guess one-on-one setting, because then like you can DM me there in that back channel. Down in the bottom, there is a link to Circa 84. I've got a referral link down there. Definitely make sure to tap in and touch base, and let's get that part of your journey going. It's not just a crypto back channel. It is a back channel for investors and traders of all kinds. There's a lot of game in there, a lot of people that are very serious. We get very much into the weeds, have very deep conversation, and build together while we're moving forward. Also, shout out to the bag chasers. They also get this early, soon after recording, so it's about 72 hours early. That is the bag chasers. That is a Patreon group. It is not my Patreon group. It is Anton of AntonDaniels.com's Patreon group, of which I'm a member. I'm also floating around in the cryptocurrency channel in there, having some great conversations with people. Not necessarily as in-depth as what we've got going on over at Circa 84, but great conversation nonetheless. Now let's jump into it. We're gonna get right into it. I don't really have too much of a spiel. I don't want to hold people up. I can't be super wordy. I'm coming back on the opposite side of some sort of illness that has passed through my body, and I am doing this late. So we're gonna just jump into the fun stuff for you. We're gonna get down to business. Starting off, we're gonna bring back to the screen. Start off with the fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like to give you guys a little bit of dessert before the meat and potatoes. We're going to talk about the top three trending coins of the day as of this recording. Number one, we have Shiba Saga. Cool. Number 2, we have Constellation. Don't know anything about that project. Number 3, we have a project that we're going to be talking about that is going to be featured on this episode. Whales Market. Found it very interesting. Shout out to my boy Elio Trades. I can't even say I brought this first. He did. He is way more into Solana than I am. Obviously, I am very much a Solana skeptic, but I am very much a Solana bull for the bull run, because during the season when everyone's right, you got to take your wins where they are. Now, since I've been back on Solana, I can say from firsthand experience as a liquidity provider, the project has been going well. It has not had any issues, hasn't had any complications. It's been silky smooth. Another thing that I found impressive was the Jupiter airdrop. Went without a hitch. The network did not have to be rebooted, which is basically the reason I took all my money off of it the first time around. Seems a lot more stable this bull run. We'll see if it holds out. I am not holding my breath, but we are going to go find the opportunities where they are at. So we will be talking about Whales Market. Now we're going to jump over into the top 5 gainers and losers in the last 24 hours. Now we are having some pretty good pops. Looks like we're going through. We are going through some really interesting times. This is great. The top gainers, we're going to go through the 5 top gainers and losers. And we're going to start off with the gainers. Starting to get a little bit bullish. There's some bullish pops here. Number 1, definitely a bullish pop. I like it. At number 9, at rank 968, we have YUP. YUP with a gain of 187.3% in the past 24 hours. And at number 2, at rank number 345, we have MAGA Coin, TRUMP, with a gain of 56.5%. At number 3, we have at rank 551, Whales Market, WHALES, with a gain of 53.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have at rank 987, UNKJD, MBS, with a gain of 47% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, we have at number 5, at rank number 317, we have Arc Block ABT with a gain of 37. Well, hold on, let me refresh this. With a gain of, it's okay. So this is glitching, but it's a gain of 44.5% in the last 24 hours. Now, on to the top 5 losers. Now, hopefully you're not on this list, but this list isn't that bad. This is a very bullish list. These look like they are very limited in the sense of pullbacks. These could be healthy pullbacks. These could be good entry points. At rank 985, we have Restake Finance, RSTK, with a loss of 27.4% in the last 24 hours. At rank 95, we have Ronin, RON, with a pullback and loss of 25.5% in the last 24 hours. At rank 960, we have at number 3, Bozo Hybrid, BOZO, with a loss of 19.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have Router Protocol. At rank 611, we have, it is ROUTE, with a pullback of 16.5% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, at number 5, we have at rank 698, IX Swap, IXS. They have had a pullback of 15.3% in the last 24 hours. Moving on to the next screen, we are going to keep it moving. Again, we got to see Whales on here. We're going to have a conversation about that here in a little bit. It's going to be our alpha section today. So we're bringing back the alpha section today. Because we had to make some moves. So we are looking at the portfolio. Obviously, we are in the midst of a pullback. We are sitting at a positive of 0.8% for the day. We have had a loss. Well, actually, we're at a positive of 5.53% overall. Pie chart's looking pretty interesting. We're going to jump right into the top 10. Obviously, we've had some peaks. We've had some dips. We're getting some agitation before the bull run. We are dollar cost averaging every week because we're keeping a little enough trickle of bonus money in to where I'm keeping something in the hopper for every week so I can throw a little bit of money around every week. I've got a little bit more money, but we'll talk about that after we get through this top 10. Let's get to the top 10. Obviously, we are skipping over the stable coins because you don't care about stable coins that provide you no value. At number 1, we have, for our top holding, we have Synthetics Network, SNX. At number 2, we have Solana, SOL. At number 3, we have Arbitrum, ARB. At number 4, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 5, we have Camelot Token, GRAIL. At number 6, we have Injective, INJ. At number 7, we have Wrapped-Matic, WMATIC. At number 8, we have Synapse, SYN. And at number 9, we have Osmosis, OSOM. And at number 10, we have Wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. Now, we are making some moves. We are making some plays. We are getting into some things. One of the things that we're doing and one of the shifts that we have specifically to the title of the show, I'll leave this up for this part. We are talking about picking a lane. Now, this is one of the things that I find when I am talking to people who come into the market. They want to do everything. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. They're just constantly chasing every shiny thing in the market. And in the crypto market, everything is shiny during the bull run. It is going to be gosh darn near impossible to not bump your head and accidentally trip over 100% gain during the bull run. It's just going to be asinine, and it's going to happen over and over and over again. And there's always going to be something else to look at. There's always going to be a new narrative to chase, and you got to whittle that down into what you do. So me personally, I have by and large consistently picked a lane. I like to generate income. I provide liquidity. I am liquidity provider. Now, in doing so, one of the things that I've come to the conclusion of is that it's inefficient for me to try to buy holding tokens with my money. Now, today I did do a gamble play on Reddick Finance. I went ahead and threw a little bit in there, and then I'm going to have a little bit more going in a little bit later. I'm going to have one more buy in this round, and that's the 11-cent round. I'm 2 rounds in. I'm third round, or 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that would be third round. 9, 10, 11. Third round for Reddick. And it's going to be one of my moonshots. It's one that I have access to. For some odd reason, and it's not IP banned, so it's easy access coin. I did a little fair amount of research. I mean, I'd rather put $150-250 into that and look away than to just go give that money to a meme coin. So I took one of my meme coin slots, and I was like, if we're gonna do some indiscriminate, degenerate gambling, we're going to degenerate gamble on that. But everything else, by and large, is going into positions that I can make money off of. Like we're got a little bit more money over on Convex Finance. We're doing a play on Prisma, which is another lending platform for Ethereum. We're on main chain. I had to put a little bit more money on there to keep it interesting. But there's some yields over there. So I was like, it's a little bit more expensive, but we're going to go make the play. So we put in a play on Prisma. We're also looking at, there we go. We're also looking at doing a, what else are we looking at? So while we're doing that, like our primary goal is the majority of the money that's going into the market, we need to go ahead and bolster out that income and then use the money that's generated, our reinvestment, and use that to get those next positions. Because then I can force myself to dollar cost average. It's on the off week. So we'll have a week where we're putting money into income plays where I do my research for that, which comes payday week when we dollar cost average in with our money that we're buying into the market until the bull run starts actually taking off. We have our cutoff metrics for both the house savings and for when we're gonna stop going in. Once we start getting around 70,000, actually I guess it's like 67,000, previous all-time high, we're cutting entry. We're gonna focus 100% on the traditional finance, the brokerage account. We're going to be throwing all the money into that at that point, as far as what we're bringing in off of our W-2 and income outside of what's in the crypto market. And we will solely be taking those passive staking rewards, and we will be reinvesting those back into the market. And that's going to be the summation of the show, is how we are navigating during the bull run, because we'll be cutting the spigot from external money off. Now, with that said, we've already done the breakdown on how we're breaking down that money. So 40% of it is going towards repaying our debt, savings, and doing a little backup funds in the market for dips. And then obviously reinvesting in the chains and the platforms that we're working on. And then also, actually, I think that's it, because it's 40%. And then the other 60% is what we're going to be using to dollar cost average into our next positions. Now, that's gonna get real interesting. Here is why. Because as we're building this out, you're gonna have to get real strategic in what those positions are. Now, the money that I'm flowing into the market now, and this is pre-halving money, we're going in, we're looking at things that are going to go into income generating positions. Now, in regards to that, I've got one that we're going to be talking about today that I found. It's got a decent APY on it, but more importantly, it's giving us access, and it is on the move early, which we're going to be dollar cost averaging into it, but we're going to be making a move on that today. Another thing that I want to talk about, though, before we jump into the news and then get you guys some alpha before we get up out of here. I found that I left $1,600 laying around when I was doing my I was just randomly, because like now that things are dying down a little bit, I got a little bit of rest this weekend. I haven't just been burning the candle at both ends, if you would. And I noticed that my second cash out of the month was way less than the beginning cash out of the month. And I kind of ran into a slight issue on one of the platforms. And it's a platform that I also don't like using, which is Polygon. I hate using it from a liquidity provider perspective. None of the DApps work right. None of them. None of them load, and it doesn't matter whether you're on your phone or on your computer, but I try to put some money on there because it's one of my holdings for the bull run. And obviously, bull run aside, I will not be utilizing it. Like, I understand that everybody's building on it. It doesn't work right, and nobody talks about it. No one talks about it. I'm like, when I'm on QuickSwap and I'm looking at my liquidity pool, you got to wait for it to load. It loads for a second, then it doesn't load, and you can't find your money, which is actually a worse experience than being on Solana back when Solana wasn't working right. Polygon, you need to fix your DApps. I don't know what it is, but like stuff has issues. Like every once in a while, stuff will load a little bit slower than what I want, but it loads. Like on Polygon, it like loads, then unloads, then loads, then unloads, and I can't see my money. I can't get my tokens out. Like I don't like not having access to my funds. So I killed a position over on Polygon, but I did it when I was exhausted. And the issue is, after I cashed it out into USDC, I forgot about it. And so I was on Uniswap today, and it's really nice. Uniswap is really good for helping you audit your MetaMask wallet because it loads all your coins. And I noticed that not only did I have money just laying around on Solana, I had money just laying around on Optimism. And I don't know where it came from. And I like the Optimism one. I don't know where that came from. Like I was just like, oh, there's $1,100. And I was like, oh, there's $500. Where did that come from? So we've got some plays to make, which is good because it's going to allow me to get into some positions. And actually, I'm probably just going to go ahead and finish out my Reddick position because there's no point in dollar cost averaging a pre-sale, because pre-sales, the price is locked. It only goes up. So the next round is higher than this round. So I'm going to buy all the Reddick tokens that I'm going to get probably now. And then we'll just see what it does at launch. And I'm just going to look away from it and, hope for the best. Now, the other thing that we're going to talk about after this is going to be the Whales token, which is the other play that I'll be making today. And then also we'll be adding some more to one or more of the liquidity pools. I mean, I've got to figure out what I want to do with that money, because the majority of it was supposed to be that's supposed to be in a liquidity pool. So I'll be opening up another liquidity position. I just got to figure out where and how I want to do that. And then, yeah, we'll be. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. I know what it is. I know where it's from. It's not from that. It's from me moving my chain link over to be able to, to be able to get the 100 chain link into my retirement fund. So going into cold storage, I got 100 chain link going into cold storage. That's gonna, add a little kicker to that. We'll get to ride that out because chain link's been doing awesome over the bull run. Not planning on selling out that 100, but we're actually going to be adding to it because I do want another 50 in there, and part of that is going to be feeding back into that. So I know where that's supposed to go now. Now I know where the Polygon money is. The Optimism money, no idea. Still don't know. Like, I'm still confused. But we're gonna figure it out. We will figure it out. Believe you me. So we're gonna move some money around. Now let's jump into some news. Let's go ahead and throw this back up there. Oh no, I removed it. Oh, there we go. This is an interesting one. I got an interesting piece of political news, which is good for the space. Crypto's election war chest grows. Now, what this is talking about, it's talking about the crypto war chest. We're getting some what is it? It's like a super PAC, but what is it? Oh my goodness. It's God, the word's not coming to me. You guys are gonna have to hit me in the comments. It's gonna take me a while to remember this. It's the end of the day, and I am a little bit dumb. Not a lot of it, but a little bit. I'm not going to think of the word. It's like the people who influence the politicians so that they can. It's a super. So they're calling it a super PAC, but it's lobbyists. There we go. Crypto lobbyists. They're raising money for the crypto lobby, which is good because America is super behind on regulations, on rules, on anything that helps us realize or make things better for those of us who've been in this space for over a decade or a decade, like myself, to know what we can and can't do, what we are and aren't supposed to do. And as this industry becomes more adopted, makes it a little bit less of the Wild West, but makes it in the favor of those of us who've been here. Sorry for those of you who haven't been here, but like, you got to do for self. And if you're not going to buy some representation, you're not going to have representation. So I'm all about this because I know I'm on the right side of this. I've been here a decade. Like, there's The stuff that they're not going to be allowing the rest of you to do, I'm going to be allowed to do. Like, I'm already doing it. There's no way to stop me. It's great. I'm like a bandit out here. The industry is making a play for legitimacy with billions of dollars flowing into the newly approved Bitcoin ETFs, now millions into political action committees. And that's what we need. We need these people to stop lying. We need them to be able to clarify things. We need to go ahead and make this a place where people who have been in crypto for a long time want to reside, want to live, and want to contribute to. Just saying. So by the numbers, the Super PAC, Fair Shake, and affiliates Protect Progress and Defend American Jobs have raised $6 million since the start of the year, on top of the $78 million publicly confirmed as of December 31st. This is great. I mean, I'm going to breeze through it. If you guys aren't on to Axios, great news place. They give just straight what it is. It's not sensationalized. It's the news. They tell you why it matters, which is, one of the things that I believe is important. I like it. And they give crypto news. They give good crypto news. It's like not the sensational news that we get from everywhere else. So yeah, that's Access. If you guys want to tap in to Axios, I high key recommend it. I use it and it's great. So next we have one from the Defiant, and it's mode adoption service surges after airdrop announcement. Now, one of these things, this is a narrative play, and this goes into, choosing your lane and my strategy. So this is one of the narratives that we are going to be doing because of the chains that I've put myself on and where I provide liquidity, and the chains that I use basically because of liquidity providing. I'm really dialed into these airdrops. I just realized that me not being dialed into these airdrops, I missed the Win airdrop, which is a meme coin on Solana. But free money's free money. And if you don't have to do anything to get it besides be using these platforms, then, being the OG that I am, I remember the Uniswap airdrop. That was a lot of money. It was. It just was. It was a good amount of money at the time. And it fueled a lot of future investments and built out this portfolio to what it was. It's like free stimulus throughout the year. And that narrative is coming back around. And what they're doing is they're making these, they're doing these points campaigns. Now, I am not on this chain. I do not know that I'm not necessarily going to be chasing airdrops, but I am going to be optimizing the airdrop play on the chains that I am a part of. So for instance, I missed the initial Jupiter airdrop, which was a lot of money. Like, a lot of people made money off that. A lot of people flipped some money on Win. Was not a part of that either. But that's a continuing airdrop. So we will be using that exchange because it's no sweat off my back to do my swaps over there for the stuff that I can. And as we are doing our pooling, moving money around and cashing stuff out, it just makes sense to go ahead and do it there. So that way you can get a little bit of stimulus on top of that, since they're continuing airdrops. Another one that I know is doing an airdrop is Camino DAO, or what is it? Hold on. Let me, where we at? Oh, I got to look at that over here. Duh. Oh, actually, hold on a second. I can look at it on my other phone. Let's see here. Gotta open this up. Oh no, I can't. Snarks. Let me see. I will drop a link for it in the description. Oh, it's Camino Finance. It'll be down in the descriptions. I'm going to do a specific airdrop section, and as I get some time to go through some of the tools that I'm using to track my airdrops, I'll drop those down in there. I'll put in my referral link for Camino Finance. I'm using it heavy on Solana. It's one of the places because there's a few different plays where you can manipulate your holdings and kind of leverage long without actually going on a perpetual exchange and like doing the degenerative leverage where you put 10x or whatever. But it allows you to borrow, and it's letting me borrow in a sense to where I'm able to borrow and either make money or borrow Solana for free. And so we're over there playing with that. We're using that ecosystem. We're banging it out, and like we're using it to build more those Solana bags up. We're getting more and more Solana as the prices are going up. Normally, whenever we hit about 100, I get to go pull some stuff out, shift some tokens around. But one of the cool things is now we'll be able to convert that over using Jupiter. Obviously, we'll get some of that going. But I'm not going to necessarily be jumping on chains just to jump on chains to chase these point systems. But I did notice it on Camino, and I was like, hey, that's pretty interesting. Like, it's accruing points. Like, they're talking about a potential airdrop over there. And I was already using the exchange. I wasn't using it's not necessarily an exchange, it's a platform. But I was using the platform before from a liquidity providing aspect. And then when they instituted the point system, I was like, oh, okay, like this is cool. The other ecosystem that has a lot of airdrops is the Tendermint or Cosmos ecosystem, the ATOM coin that we keep a healthy bag of. Like, I've already got that position secured, but we've got a lot of ATOM, a good amount. I'm not going to say a lot. I don't have a lot of ATOM, but we have a good amount of ATOM staked. We're getting on the injective protocol. We're doing a position there for the bull run as well. We're also doing Celestia. I'm also on Osmosis, staking on all of them because they have decent rates. I mean, it's nothing to shake a stick at. It's beating inflation. It's good. And then you also get the growth of the tokens. You also get additional tokens. And yeah, we're utilizing it. It's a good ecosystem, and there should be some airdrops involved in that. I've got some liquidity plays over in that ecosystem. It's very easy to use, and now that I've found an efficient way to get in and out of it, I'm all in. I'm like, cool. If there's opportunities over here, we're gonna go get them. That said, we're gonna jump into the alpha of the matter. Now, what we are talking about is whales market. Now, I will be making a buy on this today. Why would I buy into a token that's pumped 50% in the last 24 hours? As we look here, it's been out for 14 days. It is a new token. It is a new platform. It is a new ecosystem. It's at 800% since launch. It's up 800% in the last 14 days. 276.5% in the last 7 days. And in the last 24 hours, it is up 52.5%. Now, reason being is it hasn't been a straight line up. There has been a lot of people looking into it, but the reason I'm interested, and we'll go ahead and go to the whales market. Now it's got OCT market. You can trade, you can do pre-market sales, OTC, and these points. You can sell your points on here. Now let's talk about the features. What do we have features wise? They got the pre-market trade, pre-TGE token / airdrop allocations with security, and then you can trade over the counter. They have over the counter trading, which is peer to peer without slippage. You could trade direct to people off market. Pretty cool. Trade awarding points from projects. They have a points market. So for instance, on Camino, I could sell my points that I've accumulated, which is quite a few, which is interesting. Not only that, they also have, I don't know if this will show. Oh, yeah, it will. Okay, cool. So you can go, they have staking. Now, this is the reason I'm here. Oh, see, a bunch of people are staking, so it's dropped in half. So this staking rate's going to go down. But I'm going to get in. I'm probably going to do an allocation to where, so the way that this works is as the staking rate is applied, it makes the number of X whales go up. So you stake, you get X whales. This number goes up. So when you cash out, depending on how long you've been in there, this number's constantly going up. So you should, upon cash out, get a little bit more than when you cashed in. So I'm planning on getting a healthy allocation, seeing what this does in the market, letting it sit over here. Now, these coins are stagnant because you're not cashing out per se every day to get this like little bit of growth. You let these coins sit for a long time, forget that you have them, and check back after you've made some substantial gains. For instance, if I had been there at launch and then I looked back and checked now and say I had a couple of hundred of them, it would be pretty nice to go cash some out. And not only are you cashing out with a little bit extra because you've gained some interest in X whales, so you'll get a little bit more whales when you cash out, but you're also up 800% on those tokens, which would also be very useful. Oh, what's this? Runes? What? Whitelist market? Oh, okay. So this is going to be pretty interesting. So I'm going to be going ahead and doing my first allocation. And I think out of our 60% pool, we'll be taking a consistent allocation over here, especially whenever we do our cash outs on the Solana ecosystem. We're definitely going to be throwing a little bit over into the whales tokens and staking them and just kind of looking away and seeing what happens with it. See where it goes during the actual bull run, because this is pre-bull run. So there could be a lot of legs left in this. Also, as they're rolling out these other markets and more people come into the ecosystem and people start playing around in here and utilizing it, I see a lot of room for growth. So in summation, we're going to go back to big screen with me and I'll talk a little bit now. Picking a lane, like there's people who are going to want to day trade the market. I do not encourage that because I don't see real people that day trade this market that are successful. I just don't. When you have a market that has over the counter trading still, like where we can go off market where it's not recorded, the metrics aren't exactly always right. And then when those metrics finally do hit the market, it's very sudden. And I guess if you're day trading by the minute or the second or something, I don't know. They're going to have to make some special charts. Like until this normalizes out, I don't see that being a viable option. I always see people who show up in these spaces that consider themselves traders. They trade through a bull run. They have nothing to say during the bear market. And then the channels regularly pivot to where they just divine the tea leaves every once in a while, but they're not actively trading anymore. Because nobody wants to talk about the L's that you take when you trade in this market specifically, because they're many and they are rough and they are ragged and they are savage. Eventually, I could see this market simmering down after we will filter out some of the meme coins and some of the useless projects, which are going to be a lot of them, and we see who the winners are. Then maybe this will be something predictable, but maybe, I don't know. Like, I feel like the traders that I see, they get lucky. They don't consistently win, or they only post the win videos. They don't post the L's. So you don't know what the portfolios are actually doing. And no one is actually tracking their portfolios the way that we are over here on Crypto Portfolio Updates, where we're taking you through the entire year. And it's just the numbers are what they are. Granted, they might do it this year because everybody's going to be right for the next 16 to 24 months. But again, we started into bear market. So it's what it is. It's just not, it's a lane. Liquidity providing is a lane. Liquid staking could be a lane. Single asset staking could be a lane. Buy and hold is a lane. But you have to be able to get into your lane and then dabble from in your lane. Like all of my tokens, especially like for instance the ones that I have over on Camelot, the Camelot exchange, all of those liquidity positions are locked up for 6-month intervals. So like I'm going to have like a certain period to where 6 months from now, during the bull run, I get to decide whether I want to keep that liquidity position or if I want to liquidate those positions and redistribute them elsewhere. Like I'll get unlocks throughout the year of those liquidity pools. And so like it'll just be like little presents of like, hey, do you want to go back in for another 6 months on this, or do you want to reevaluate this position, find somewhere else or something more useful to do with this money? But like it's not being touched for 6 months outside of using the income that it generates. So that's the lane that I've chosen. We're going to build upon it. We're always going to be looking for more liquidity positions because like I look at that before I look at tokens. Like I don't like looking at projects where I can't do anything with the position. So it's something to think on, and tap in with me down in the comments. Let me know, like, what are your guys' thoughts? What's your lane? I want to know what your guys' lane is in the crypto market. What lane are you in? Let's talk about it down in the comments. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. We'll be back at it again next week. I will have this out Sunday for my bag chasers and my people over in the Circa 84 Discords, respectively. Next week, we're going to be back on schedule. I know it's going to be Super Bowl, so we might do an early morning and then drop because, obviously, Chiefs are going. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. But I'm going to make sure to get the episode in, so I'll probably get up early and do it early. So you're going to have an early drop for me on Super Bowl Sunday. But we're going to be back at it. We're going to feel better. That's what we're going to do. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. And until next week, I'm out. Peace.
Cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. Me have a hot sexy girl. Whoa. Yeah. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. Decentralized like a blockchain. Anyway you see me, girl, you know it not gonna stop rain. Pull up in the Beamer, all the Benz, all the Bentley. Cryptocurrency, that's what we spending. We not in a lending. No for them a stake, yo. We not in a renting. Bad mind fussy them. Wanna see we ending. Grinding out with Facebook. Call that pretending. Now left me 9 milli. Girl, so we trending. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. She love cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. MetaMask wallet. Cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency. Coinbase wallet. Stack it up. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. She love all me DeFi. And so me make she feel high. Digital currency, I what she need. Inflation make the dollar